Was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down, it's Carson trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
First down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Wilson. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. That one good for 37 yards. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pout.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 40.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 24.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 180!
Watch one. It's our field.
Six!
Mike one, Mike.
Hey, seam 6.
So Mike's number one. All day.
On 2nd and 15 now. Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. That one good for 26 and a first down.
A gain of 26 yards. That's good for a 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Back 80! 21.
7-yard pickup.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
65.
3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
Mike one. Man, I got you.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They'll run it with Coleman. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. But a little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Wilson, after the play fake to Carson. He'll buy some time right. It's complete to Jerron Brown. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, 0. 14.
On first down, Carson. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run it with Carson. And an alley to run. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
at the 49ers' 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Alert.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So third and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
Tight guard. Set.
Boost the key.
Check 31.
Left pass.
This is Carson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with fourth down now looming. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your two-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
11.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go one more. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. No gain on that.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike 5-4.
Hey, gun.
To throw is Garoppolo. Gets this one left side to Pettis. That one good for 26 and a first down. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
They'll run on first down. Coleman gets around him. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
12, fellas, here we go.
Check 25. Hey.
I got this. Hey, Charlie.
On second down and 4, Garoppolo. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
Here we go.
While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
11. 54. They're not ready for this, man.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, for the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now this throw caught left side. 16 yards, a 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Check 4, check 4. Watch the eye.
Look. Check.
57.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Watch the curl. 4 down. Joker.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage.
What? 280.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Go.
We'll go 25 to Mike.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Smith catches left side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Now it's Carson. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Street 15. 19. Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Gun. Check. Hey, 25 to Mike. 40. Bandit. That's right.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
One left. Motion to the backfield. 57's the mic. Rock 57. 14. I'm coming for you, son. Mike's 57. 57's right. 57's the mic. 12.
From the gun, it's Wilson. It's caught. Jones. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. To throw is Wilson. And an alley to run. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Hey, 20.
25 to Mike. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
One left.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. D4 in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
We'll go 25 to Mike. That's right.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Here we go. Two.
Here we go. One for me. Two. That's one.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 49. Check 49.
On play action. Now Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Watch twist.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now second and 6 on the Seahawks.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
13.
5. Here we go. One's the mic. Watch one.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. 22 yards there, a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Garoppolo. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And there, once he's outside of the pocket and doesn't see anything, very smart play to just throw it away. That was only first down. He's got a few more shots, maybe. He can take it the end zone.
Here we go.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
11.
Watch the run. Check.
11.
Check.
6. Go ahead.
Mike 5-4.
Let's go, defense. 13.
Slam. He's checked.
65.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold with the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Set the turtle, defense. Let's go. Let's get the 7. Let's go. 4 down. It's a party now.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Draw play. This is Carson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Check right, check right.
Now Wilson on third down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Fight, 315.
Hey, watch the slant.
Zebra.
Switch gears.
No time.
Here's Carson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Dee Ford in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
There. We'll go 25 to Mike. It's our time. Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 20.
Hey, 0.
Defense. Let's go, defense.
Wilson to throw on third down. And that is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Here we go.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
White.
Kill. He's crossing. He's checking crack.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
21.
Let's get off the field. Hey,
Bravo.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get
Hey, gun.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo looking middle, and it's incomplete. Garrett Selleck, the tight end, was the target, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
54, Mike, 54, smooth. Watch 54, watch 54. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Mike 54, Mike 54.
Garoppolo now. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and a yard at the 35-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
They run again with Carson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 41, Wilson. And this one complete to Smith. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 19. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Mike 57. Rip left. Switch. Got it.
Throwing is Wilson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
11.
Second down, McKinnon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Check. 21. Here we go. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. I'm coming.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. The defense did their job. Fourth quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On first down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Here we go. Hatchet. Under 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Right back to him on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and that takes us from second to third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
280.
To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give him the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft, played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign, 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here we go.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Hey, alert! 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 So nice number 1, nice number 1. Watch the run! Watch the run! Watch the run! Here we go. Hey, Alpha! Here we go. When's the mic? Watch 1. 12. Get in the way.
Garoppolo to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but now it'll be 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
It's a sack. Come on, fellas.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
12, fellas. Here we go. That's it. 33. 33. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Switch. 21. 50. Check 50.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we